Alright guys, UFC Fight Night, Lemos versus Jandiroba is over, and I'm going to give my thoughts and reactions on everything that happened, almost, excluding the first three-ish fights. All I'm going to say is that Mohammed Usman apparently disappointed everyone. I'm going to watch that fight back when it's available for the second time. This is the second time he's done that, so I guess, never endorsing him again. We're gonna skip Luana Carolina versus Lucie Pudilova, Loik versus Troy Ogden, because I wasn't there really to see that, other than I saw the end of Troy Ogden winning. But we'll start off with Miranda Maverick and Dione Barbosa. So during my live, I picked Miranda Maverick to win, and she did win. However, I thought she was gonna win, maybe with a finish, or at least like more dominantly than she did. It was like kind of close, but Miranda just happened to like have more control time, and she ended up finishing the rounds on top of Dione Barbosa, and that's why she won. But I remember her like kind of mildly talking shit and saying that Rose Namajunas kind of like ran through Tracy, and she thinks she'll be able to kind of do the same thing to Dione Barbosa. But Dione Barbosa was, tougher than expected, I think. And anyhow, she won the decision. And yeah. Moving on then next to Brian Kelleher versus Cody Gibson. So during my live, I picked Cody Gibson to win, our favorite substitute teacher. And he won. He just had so much more energy. I just don't think that Brian Kelleher should be fighting. I just don't think that he's in the mood himself. I think it's just over for him, to be honest. Also he's 37 and he's lost I think 4 of his including this one, 4 of his fights, the recent fights. So, and Cody Gibson kind of just ran through him. He was completely dominant the entire time. And ended up just submitting him in the end. Just was dominant the whole time, and then in the end got that triangle choke very cleanly. RIP Brian Kelleher. I think this might be the end of your career, my guy. But yeah, let's move on to the next fight, which was with Hayder, Amil, and Jeongyeong. I haven't checked if this fight got the fight of the night bonus, but I think it should, because it was incredible. I mean, it was round 1. Jeongyeong was appearing to just be warming up, and Hayder, I'm just gonna skip to the good parts, guys. Hayder Amil wobbled him and then just annihilated him. I've never seen such a combination. I think someone mentioned in the chat that it was a 36 punch combination, but it was bam, 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 one right after another. It was insane. It was the craziest thing. I was just sitting here watching what? And yeah, I mean, that was amazing. That was really an amazing fight. This was the first fight on the main card. The main card was actually really good, guys. We all thought this card was going to be, shitty, like last week's card, but it was actually not so disappointing. I didn't even do a prediction video because I was just, well, first of all, I was busy, but I was also thinking that I didn't want to waste my time on this. Anyhow, let's move on then to the next fight, which was also good. By the way, I picked Hayder Amil to win during the live. Forgot to mention that. But let's move on to the next fight, which was with Dooho, Choi, and Bill Algeo. So I picked Bill Algeo to win based on the last South Korean loss. Immediately, I was like, oh, hell no. There's no way Dooho Choi is going to win. But he was really freaking good. Who knew? Who knew the power of anemia could, get you through, to the win. To be honest, I was feeling like Bill Algeo was actually doing relatively well. I mean, they were both doing really well. Dooho Choi had a lot of power and spirit, to be honest. He came prepared and angry, it felt like. And To be honest, though, like, you could see Dooho Choi's dominance kind of towards the end of round 1 and going into round 2. He eventually got the KO and knocked out Bill Algeo. Dooho Choi ended up hitting him so hard in the right temple, I think, that he just, like, fell. I think he, like, broke his bone or something. I don't know. But he was already looking hella bloodied. And then that was just, the final break. So, I didn't know that South Koreans had that kind of boxing in them, but Dooho Choi came and showed everyone otherwise. So, yeah, that was a pretty good fight, though. Anyhow, we'll move on to the next fight, which was Cody Durden and Bruno Silva. I picked Cody Durden to win, to be honest. This was kind of a coin flip, but anyway, I still picked Cody Durden. And he was actually doing pretty well. The first round, I thought, went to him. He was giving Bruno Silva a really hard time. Bruno Silva's face was starting to look like a tomato. And even in round 2, he was doing pretty well. Same thing, consistent. Thought he was going to get the round as well. And then Bruno Silva turned it all around. After getting mangled by Cody Durden the whole time, he manages to turn it around, wobble Cody Durden, and fucking ground and pound him to victory. It was, like, incredible, guys. So far, the main card has actually been pretty damn good. Like, this has been better than the main card on UFC 303. Just saying for everyone who decided to sleep through this one and not watch it, like, it was actually a pretty good fight. Pretty good card. But yeah, Bruno Silva won that. It was amazing, and just seeing him, like, in borderline tears at the end, being super grateful, like, it was just really cool to see, All right, and the next fight, which was with Kurt HoloBaugh and Kaynan Kruschewsky. So I actually picked Kaynan Kruschewsky to win because the last performance I saw from Kurt HoloBaugh was, like, and I picked him to win, was really disappointing, in my opinion. Like, I felt like he wasn't doing well defensively or offensively. And so I thought that maybe he would go into this with the same kind of mindset and the same kind of result would happen. But he actually did really well. He was just, like, outdoing Kaynan Kruschewsky, doing better in the grappling department, doing better in the striking department. He was just a step ahead the whole time, and he won the decision ultimately. He just did a little better. It was pretty clear. Yeah. Not much to say on that other than it was a pretty good fight. They both put up a lot of heart on each of their ends, and but yeah, Kurt HoloBaugh won. Anyhow, we'll move on to the next fight, which is with Steve Garcia and Seungwoo Choi. Now, Seungwoo Choi is no Dooho Choi. Was that his name? Yes. Seungwoo Choi is no Dooho Choi. He looked sleepy. He looked like he was sleepy in the octagon. Like, Steve Garcia, on the other hand, went in like fucking... I don't know how to call this in English. Anyways, I don't even know what to call it in Russian. I forget the name. Anyhow, he did the thing. Probably had to go home and feed his family. I don't know about Seungwoo Choi, but Steve Garcia seemed like he wanted it more. That's what I'm trying to get at. So Steve Garcia goes in there, ready to go, while Seungwoo Choi is still just warming up, essentially. That's what it felt like. The fight started. I finished in round 1 within like a minute and 30 seconds. But Steve Garcia just goes in. With flaming arms. And I think he hits Seungwoo Choi with a left hook that wobbles him. He falls down. Steve Garcia immediately jumps on him and starts ground and pounding him. And just wins the fight, guys. Pure... I don't know if he's from Mexico or not. He was fighting out of New Mexico, but pure Latino spirit right there won him that fight. And and probably the need to feed his family at home. Anyhow, let's move on to the main card. Amanda Lemos versus Virna Jandiroba. I picked Virna Jandiroba to win. I thought she just had like better grappling, and which, you know, she's going to take advantage of, as she always does. She always seems to do. And that's exactly what she did. There was virtually no boxing here. Nothing on the feet. Anytime it was on the feet, it was just Virna waiting to get a takedown, waiting for Amanda Lemos to like make a mistake, or for Amanda Lemos to try and grapple with her, which is what she did, and ultimately, you know, that's how Virna won, because round 1 was just total Virna control time. Round 2, there was a little bit of boxing, and then Amanda Lemos just decided to grapple with Virna. She thought that maybe she would get the upper hand. That's not what happened at all. Virna remained calm. You could like see it on her face. Total composure. Obviously, she flipped that around, stayed calm, and just... I don't know if it's because of her fucking double eye situation. Like, maybe that gives her some sort of powers. Because in the end, guys, like, it was almost the end of round 2. She was trying to get a rear naked choke. She couldn't quite do it. You know, Amanda Lemos just slipped out. And then, through the fucking cross-eyed double power, she takes Amanda Lemos' arm, flips it, and gets the armbar submission with like 20 seconds left of the round. It was insane. It was like, you know, she went in there, you know, on her walk up, ready to win, super jumpy. I think that counts for a lot, you know. Some of these fighters really need to fight more than others. And I'm not saying that one of the opponents doesn't want to win. That's not what I'm saying at all. Definitely everybody wants to win, but I think a win might mean more for somebody versus somebody else, you know. For one person versus the other. Anyhow, yeah, Virna won. I think I went 5-3 on this card because I didn't predict the first 3 that I missed. But yeah, I went 5-3. Not bad, guys. I also didn't put out a prediction video for this because I was underestimating this card, and also, as I said, I was busy. But yeah, that was that. It was actually a pretty chill night overall. Lots of finishes, actually, more than I think on the 303 card. Pretty exciting, actually. I think it was a pretty good setup for UFC 304. I'm feeling excited now. And yeah, I'm gonna end this off with the singing bowl, guys, as usual. So, thank you for watching the video and being here, and thank you to everybody who came to my live. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for commenting funny things and supporting me, and I will see you guys on the next one, which is a big one. It's gonna be 304 with Leon Edwards and Bilal Mohammed. Sorry, I'm bad with names and I nearly forgot Bilal Mohammed's name for a sec. But yes, see you guys then on the prediction for that one. Bye.